Okay, and this is a 2020, January 2020 reading for my Capricorns. So like I was saying before, this is the world reversed right here. And for a lot of you guys, you may have encountered some sudden limitations, but not to worry. This is all a part of the plan for 2020, actually. And it's about you being able to strategize with the Queen of Swords here upright. It's about you being able to strategize to, especially for this month, you're not going to be like completely broke, at least not for long if you do find yourself in that position. But with the Queen of Swords here, it's really about you learning to do a little with a lot with a little, and learning to make the situation work in the best of your favor to really play the cards that you're dealt. Almost like it was the hand that you wanted, and to be able to prioritize, what do I really want. January for you guys is going to be about prioritizing your desires and really seeing, what do I really want, what are my real goals, what can I do without. You're going to be cleaning house January. Even if you don't do it physically in January, you're going to really be thinking about what belongs, what's beneficial to your life, and what isn't. And you can see my Capricorn January 2020 if you want to learn more about that. But you're definitely going to be letting go of some things this year. And we also have the Four of Chalices, the Four of Cups here, which also kind of speaks a little bit to that. But in addition to that, a lot of you guys went through a disappointment possibly in November, October. The holidays wasn't that great for you, and you may have been missing someone or feeling very alone because of a letdown earlier in the year. And you're kind of stuck in a rut. You're kind of like not emotionally moving forward. And the universe with the Magician, this is the Magician reversed, and that just shows that you're at a standstill emotionally right now. You haven't really moved on from that. Okay, so let's pull some more cards for you guys. And do a little quick shuffle for you guys and see what comes up. So yeah, so for some of you with the Five of Pentacles here and with the Justice card upright, I think a lot of you might be closing out a cycle. Some of you might be working at a place where you are not being compensated fairly. It may not be a good place to work. There are things going on at your workplace, or at another place where you spend a lot of time, whether it's volunteering, or whatever it might be, where things are just not fair. And with these financial challenges happening early in the year, a lot of you are panicking, and it's not so much that you don't have any money, but it's that you're afraid that it's going to run out, and you're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I'm just going to pull a couple extra cards for you guys to see what's going on. So there's the Hermit card, there's the Ace of Swords upright, and then one last card is Pentacles. So for you guys, it really is about saving, and working. This is definitely a month where you want to live below your means, even if that financial obligation hasn't hit you yet, or you're going, I don't see anything like that. It might hit you in February. So you want to make sure that you are working a lot more than you're spending. This is definitely the month to eat in and cook, even for those of you that might dislike cooking. Get a friend, pull somebody in there, get a little boo to come in there and cook for you, whatever. But you need to be saving. You need to be thinking about how you can pull extra hours. You need to be, with this Eight of Pentacles, it's all about stacking. It's all about, also with the Hermit card here, this is really the universe telling you to stick to yourself, to think about what you need. You might be around a lot of people that might be, you might belong to a group. Some of you might be teachers. You might belong to a group, or you might work at a job where you're inclined to work in a team, and they might be wanting to pool your money. They might be wanting you to spend more for the upcoming year, whatever it might be. Be extremely frugal, and around people you want to act like you have nothing. Like, even if that means you have to bring peanut butter and jelly to work, this is not the time to give. And you might feel, guilty about it, like, I don't want to be stingy. No, this is the time to be selfish, Capricorn, because you want to make sure that you have your resources for later. And this is the Ace of Swords, just telling you to think every detail through. Be really meticulous about your budget. That may not be your favorite thing to do as far as being meticulous, but just pay attention to every detail. Like, make sure you look at every detail of what's coming in and what's going out. Make sure your bank doesn't make any errors. Also, with this Hermit, this is also about, don't feel bad about skipping the staff party. Don't feel bad about skipping social obligations to focus on earning more money. Some of you might get the opportunity to do a job that's going to add a little bit to your bank account, but it's not something you really want to do. Do it anyway. Like, make sure that your pockets are padded so that you're good, and you might actually have some extra spending for later in the year, or possibly the next month. So another card that I pulled for you guys is the Lover's card. And that doesn't surprise me based on what came up in your January and in your year 2020 reading. So so a lot of you guys are going to be meeting somebody this month that is going to provide a lot of fun, a lot of adventure. For some of you, this might turn into something that may last longer in the month. Longer in the year. Let me just see what else comes up for this. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and the King of Chalices. So a lot of you are going to be so focused on work that you're not going to want the obligation that this person may be asking for. They might want to actually really get to know you and plan regular dates, and you might feel burdened by that because you're so focused on work. You also might not be ready for the emotional heaviness of a new relationship, or not even a committed relationship, but really dating somebody and opening up to them emotionally. So I'm seeing that for you guys, and I'm just going to pull a few oracle cards to see exactly what's going on with that. So this is funny because this is another card that came up in your 2020 yearly reading. So this is definitely a sign for you guys. So it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. So with this, I would just say, if you guys do begin to feel overwhelmed with this new person in your life, if you feel like maybe they're asking for too much, and it's not that you don't like them, it's just that it's the wrong time for you, be open about that. Say, explain, open up about your feelings, and just tell them, this might not be the greatest time for me. I am interested in getting to know you, but let's just do it at a slow pace. And if they're really, somebody that's supposed to be there for you, they'll be more than happy to make that adjustment. I see a lot of you might be dealing with a Libra. Some of you may be dealing with a Sagittarius or Aries with this sign. For some of you, possibly Aquarius. But this person, if they're right for you, it's going to feel like they're a part of your soul tribe. It's going to feel like they are a good, compatible person for you. And things will flow effortlessly so that you're not going to have to fear the backlash. You're not going to get that "you never have any time for me," because you never know, on the other end of it, this person is probably just as busy as you are, and it's probably that ambition that is bringing you guys together. So in the first place, so they'll have no issue with making that adjustment for you. So don't worry about that. Vocalize your feelings if that's how you feel. So I also pulled another card for you guys, Knave of Pentacles. And you might be tempted to have to impress this person with the Knave of Pentacles upside down. This is just about not spending a lot of money on this person. It's about really saving your money. Again, the Hermit card is still here in your spread, guys. So you do want to make sure that you're putting you first. And you shouldn't feel pressured into impressing this person materialistically. I really feel like this isn't even a materialistic person, especially if they're a part of their soul group. They're not going to be like worrying about how much money you spend on them. So don't be afraid to tell them that, you know, you're not trying to spend that much, that you're struggling a little bit, and that you just want to have a nice home cooked meal at home, and you could cook for both of you guys. I know some of you may not want to like be that honest, but you know, you can just tell them what's really going on and be open with them, because if there's somebody that you really want to spend time with, then they're going to understand that. So I'm just going to pull a few more cards for you guys for your monthly reading. And another one of the cards is trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And I think this also really goes back to this Lovers card, that if you knew that you were going to find the right person regardless, what would you tell this person? If you knew that they were the person that was the love of your life, or that if this didn't work out with them, that you doing what you felt like would happen, that would make the best possible outcome happen regardless, like no matter what you did, the best possible outcome would occur, where you would end up meeting that right person for you. You would end up meeting your soulmate. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? So if you knew that your love life was going to work out regardless, how would you handle this? If you knew that it was going to work out with this person regardless, how would you handle this? I think the universe really wants you to go forward with this with an open heart, and not just with an open heart. I'm not saying not to protect yourself emotionally. Of course, you have to at first, but also with an open mind. Really be open-minded with it and let your guard down just a little bit, so that you can have a real connection, because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been lonely for some time and you really need a real connection. So I'm just gonna pull one more oracle card for you guys. So this card says leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. And this just goes back to, again, what I was saying before. So not only with the Lovers card, even though it does have to do with that, but also with the new job opportunities that you might be presented with. It may not be you might be offered like a part-time gig or whatever that you're not that thrilled about, but you should go into it with a mindset of the opportunities you can gain from it. Go into it enthusiastically. Maybe not that you'll enjoy the job, but that you can get through to it, to the other side. And as far as with the Lovers card and that romantic relationship, just have fun. Like, don't worry about, I know for you, Caps, it's hard to not worry about the outcome. So I'm not going to tell you that, but just make sure that you are enjoying every moment of it and letting it come as it comes. You know, trust the universe and trust yourself that you can make the right decision. So because it is your birthday, I'm going to pull one more card for you guys before I let you go. And that is the King of Pentacles. Actually, I'm going to pull two. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. So there might be a few, I feel like this is a warning from the universe to you guys. There might be a couple bumps in the road for some of you in the first 3 weeks of January. And this is just about you saving. You need to have like $100 put aside for an emergency, like an emergency. Even if you have that emergency fund, you might want to pad it a little bit extra. And there might be some things, I feel like for a lot of you, there are going to be some social invitations that you just need to decline for the beginning of the month, so that you can really focus in on work. This is definitely the month to choose work hours over social obligations. And just know that, especially with this Lovers card here, there's some very promising days ahead where you'll have more than enough time to let your hair down and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that is your reading for January 2020, Capricorns. And make sure that you check my page for further readings. If you would like to contact me, I have my number down below. You can also follow me on Twitter at The Queen's Tarot, and follow me on Instagram at _Queens_Tarot. So I will see you later, my royals, and check back for more videos. Bye.